KoKo TV!
Once upon a time, on the edge of a wide and beautiful forest, there lived a kind mommy pig and her 3 cheerful little piglets. The day had come for the little pigs to go out into the world and build homes of their own. "Be careful, my children," said the mommy pig, her voice both gentle and firm. "Out in the woods roams the big bad wolf. He is clever and he is hungry. Watch out and take care of yourselves." She dabbed her eyes with a cloth and waved as her 3 little pigs trotted off down the winding path. The sun was shining warmly, and birds sang from the treetops as the 3 pigs walked side by side. Their small bundles bounced on their shoulders, and they chatted and laughed with excitement. The road stretched ahead into fields and meadows, full of promise and adventure. After a short while, the first little pig slowed his steps. He yawned, stretched his short legs, and looked around with sleepy eyes. "This will do. Yes, this will do just fine," he muttered.
This will do. Yes, this will do just fine.
Right beside the road lay golden piles of straw shining in the sunlight. The lazy little pig gathered armfuls of straw and stacked them quickly, tying them here and there. The walls rose, crooked but cozy, and soon a small straw house stood before him. The pig clapped his hooves together proudly, hurried inside, and curled up with a happy sigh. The other 2 pigs walked on, but before long the second pig stopped in his tracks. His eyes sparkled as he spotted a patch of sticks and branches scattered across the ground. He nodded eagerly. "Oh yes, this will do."
Oh, yes, this will do. A house of sticks will be quick to build.
He set to work at once, lifting branches, breaking some shorter, leaning others together. The sticks creaked and wobbled in the breeze, but slowly the walls of a house appeared. He brushed his forehead, proud of his work. "Perfect. Now I have a home of my own," he said, stepping inside as leaves rustled on the roof. The third little pig, however, was not so quick to settle. He walked on and on and on, his hooves pattering softly on the dusty road. Finally, after a long journey, he came to a green meadow by a sparkling stream. The water glimmered in the sunlight. The grass swayed gently in the breeze.
This is the perfect place for my house.
The pig dropped his bundle and began to draw careful plans in the dirt with a stick. He imagined strong walls, a tall chimney, and windows filled with sunlight. Day after day he worked, lifting heavy bricks, spreading mortar, and stacking the walls higher and higher. His back ached, his hooves grew sore, but still he sang a steady tune as he worked. At last, after many weeks, the pig stood back. Before him stood a fine, sturdy house of brick, with a strong door and a chimney reaching proudly into the sky. The pig's chest swelled with pride. "Now this," he said, "is a house that will last forever." Meanwhile, the hungry big bad wolf was roaming the land. His sharp nose led him to the first little pig resting in his straw house. The wolf crept closer, his eyes glinting, his mouth watering. He knocked at the door with a growl.
Little pig, let me come in!"
Not by the hair on my chinny chin.
Squeaked the little pig. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down," roared the wolf. He puffed out his chest, filled his belly with air, and blew with all his might. The straw flew high into the air, the walls tumbled down, and the pig ran squealing down the road as fast as his legs could carry him. The wolf licked his lips and followed. Soon he came upon the second pig's stick house, where both pigs now hid together. He prowled around the crooked walls, then banged at the door. Little pigs, let me come in," he snarled.
Not by the hair on my chinny chin,
cried the frightened pigs. "Ow!"
Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down.
He drew a deeper breath than before, puffed his cheeks wide, and blew. The stick house shuddered, cracked, and collapsed into a heap of branches. The two pigs squealed and ran on until they reached the brick house.
Don't worry, we are safe here in my strong brick house.
But soon there came a thunderous bang at the door.
Little pigs, let me come in,"
growled the wolf's familiar voice.
not by the hairs on our chinny chin,
Shouted all three pigs.
Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down.
He puffed and he huffed and he huffed and he puffed. The wind howled around the house, but the brick walls stood firm. The wolf stamped his paws in fury. The pigs inside clapped their hooves in triumph. The wolf was furious and very, very hungry. He prowled around the house, glaring at the strong walls. Then his eyes narrowed, and a sly grin spread across his face. He climbed onto the roof, his claws scraping on the tiles, and lowered himself into the chimney. Down, down he slid, growling with hunger. Inside the house, the clever third pig had already prepared a great iron pot filled with water, set to boil over a roaring fire. The flames crackled, steam rose in clouds, and the pigs watched the chimney with wide eyes. With a loud whoosh, the wolf tumbled down straight into the boiling pot. "Splash!" cried the water. "Oh, ow!" howled the wolf, leaping out, his tail scorched, his fur steaming. He ran howling out the door, across the fields, and deep into the forest. The three little pigs hugged each other and danced with joy. They sang and laughed, safe at last in the warmth of their strong brick house. From that day on, the wolf never troubled them again. And the three little pigs lived happily ever after.